Hello, welcome back, everyone. I want to say that sometimes familiarity has really made us lose on a lot of opportunities, and yes, familiarity sometimes because we know maybe the person we are about to work for, or the person that wants to employ us is maybe our father, our relatives, uncles, or even our friends, and we don't really become professional in the work and so on. I want to share this part. It has really make people to lose a lot of opportunities in their lives, or kind of upgrade or some promotions. So one time I was I was I didn't have anything doing. Let me just say, at that time I didn't have anything doing, and I was looking for anything to do at that point. I used to sell something, but it wasn't really going on. So I really wanted something I can move forward to. So I met my childhood friend. That was we in our primary school, our middle school. When I went there, I met him on Facebook, and we get talking. I realized that he had a company that he was running, and I wanted to be part of that company. You just work then go back. Then it was an ushering agency, yes. So that was that was how it was supposed to be. So he called me for their annual meeting. That was their annual meeting, and when I went there, I was just wearing my shoe. I thought he could just call me. I just went there casually. I didn't know they had a dress code. As first of all, I didn't know they had a particular dress code. Although he did not tell me, he didn't tell me. He was just like, okay, come to this place. We're having a meeting this day, this time. I was there, and I met him. I saw the way they were like talking to him, sir. They were calling him sir. They were calling him sir. They were calling him like the way this people uphold the company, and the way he has built it up to that extent. So when I went there, I just sat down. I didn't disrespect him. I didn't say anything. Yeah, so when I met, even when he saw me, he even greeted me. So it was time. If you are newcomers, it was time for them to scan us. It was time for them to scan us. They now told me, he called as the owner of the company. He called each person they were supposed to scan. I was the last person they were supposed to scan. And when they called this person and asked, how do you hear about this ushering work? How do you hear about this? Why is your dressing code like this? I just wore my palms. So I just thought it just a normal meeting. So when it was my turn, he asked me. He said, Miss, how did I know about the ushering work? He was the one. So that is how companies operate. Like, you don't become formal and all those stuff. So you don't become informal. You maintain your professionalism. And I was like, you. He asked me who brought you. How do you? I was like saying you instead of me to mention his name, or like mention his name like Mr. This, Mr. That, or I just mention his name and be like, or I said he's a manager, or he's a chairman of the company that yes, so that we both be professional. I didn't behave. I was like you, and that was wrong. And they asked me about my uniform. Although he did not tell me the uniform, the person said that I was supposed to know. That I will not take that as my fault or not, but I didn't know the dressing code. But I didn't really take it, as I was just laughing throughout it, and that was bad because after that time he said that they were going to call me back, but they never called me back. And when I chatted him up on Facebook, he would just say they will call me back, and they didn't call me back. Those people were angry with me, because the way they uphold that place, the way they take their boss very seriously, their work very seriously, I was just sometimes I was just going there because I wasn't I don't know, I wasn't matured in that particular thinking of working with someone that I know, and also being professional with them. So I learned that day, and when I started to think about it, I was like, this, if I had worked in that company, I could have sabotaged Like I could have sabotaged his respect or something, because at that time I wasn't matured enough to know how to work in a professional area, in a formal way with an informal person, with someone that I know for a long time. So yeah, I'm glad although I got another ushering job that I still went, but I just thought about it and I said, let me share this, because some of us familiarity, even if you go to an office and it's your uncle or your auntie that is there, call them back, call them sir. Don't go and call them informal names. Like, don't go and behave anyhow. In fact, let people not even know. Let people not even know until he or she, your superior. He will be the one to now tell them, okay, this person was my friend when we in this particular school. This person is my, my niece, my uncle, my, my child, and so on. If whatever they're doing in that place, just do it. It doesn't mean that the person does not like let the person be the one. Let the person be the one to want to familiarity, like to want to come close the person. There are sometimes that you behave in respect and everything, that someone wants to give you permission, that somebody wants to be like, okay, I can trust this person. I can trust this person. This person can go far because of thinking and mindset. That sometimes that we are not really bad people, but we can destroy a good thing. We can destroy other people ignorantly. We can destroy other people ignorantly. I can have maybe lackadaisical because he's the one at the company or so on. But right now, I don't even think it's my father that is ready. I just call you Sam. You're going, So we shouldn't take even our friends too familiar when we get to a particular point. Maybe when you are in the office, you call him Mister, you call her Madam. But when you are out of that particular place where he or she is no more the head of that place, you can now be familiar. You can now sit down and drink and say whatever you want. I just thought in my heart to share this, because there are people that are losing out on a lot of blessing because we want to live lackadaisically and we don't want to maintain professionalism in a particular environment. So I hope that this helps you, and God bless you. Have a lovely day. Shalom.